is up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. I know it's been a minute since we've had a video, about a week or so. That is my fault. It has been so hot here in Tennessee. I've been working outside. We've been doing some hard work. Haven't really felt like doing much when I got off work. But anyways, we're back at it now. We've got something special for y'all. An unboxing from a company that we have partnered with. They are an awesome tackle company. Y'all definitely go check them out. We'll talk more about it here in just a minute, but let's dive in. You won't want to miss this. We've got our box right here. It is filled with tackle. If you can't hear that, it is filled with tackle. I know we got some jigs and stuff, but we'll see what all is in here. I placed an order about a week ago or so. It's here, so we'll dive in and do a little bit of an unboxing. I know we don't do these very often, but let's just do an unboxing. I've got my trusty scissors here. We'll just, dive into this and see what happens. But if I can get it open without cutting my hand off. Okay, they taped it up good, so that's one good thing. So, here we go. We've got all kinds of stuff. Look at this. Okay, so, awesome company here. If y'all can see that, that is Apex Tackle right there. Awesome hat, Richardson hat. That is awesome right there. Y'all go pick y'all some up. But that is the company that we have partnered with, and we, it's in our bios and stuff now. Apex Tackle Company. It's what we're going to be ordering a lot of our fishing stuff from now on. Y'all definitely go check them out. But now let's get to the tackle. And we have an awesome shirt from them also. They have just decked us out in all kinds of clothes. Apex Tackle shirt. If y'all see that right there, Apex Tackle, it's got the American flags on the side. Apex Tackle shirt, Apex Tackle hat. We're going to be sporting this at our next tournament. Definitely be wearing this going across stage at our next tournament. I've got everything organized out here. We'll dive right in. It's a bunch of jigs and some swim bait heads. They threw in some extra stuff also for me. So it's going to be really cool. Some new stuff that they've got coming out. Y'all are definitely going to want to watch this. So we'll just dive into it. Look at all these right here. All of those. These are just jigs. If y'all can see these, most of them just 1/2 ounce flipping jigs right there. I'll actually get these out of the package. These are just called the Apex jig. They are awesome jig. I've been looking at these a long time. Really, really like these. You can see that right there. That is just the Apex jig right there. Y'all go check these out. I'll leave all this in the link in the description so y'all can go look at this stuff if y'all like any of this. But one awesome thing about this jig right here, it's got a hand-tied skirt. Hand-tied skirts are the biggest thing, in my opinion, on a jig, because I hate when you have a jig, you can't keep, rubber skirted jigs or anything, or just when they have a little rubber band on there. After, a couple of months of them getting wet and then dried out, that will rot, and then it'll break, and then you won't have a skirt anymore. But when they're hand-tied, they stay on there forever. An awesome weed guard right here, not too stiff, not too light. An awesome hook. You can see I'm putting a lot of pressure on that. That hook is not bending at all. Super, super sharp. Awesome hook right here. So you can literally fish it right out of the package. I had some horrible luck with some jigs. I spent like $100 at Walmart on some jigs. I bought the nicest jigs I could find there. When I got home, I started opening them, and the hooks were dull. They were rusted. Everything was wrong with them. It was a certain brand of hooks, or a certain brand of jigs. I'm not going to say what it was, but it was just terrible. I was so sad and kind of mad that I'd spent $100 on jigs and I didn't have, 1 or 2 jigs that were even fishable. But these right here, these are an awesome jig, Arky style head. These will skip excellent if you skip under docks and stuff. I like to skip a lot around trees, docks, laydowns, and stuff like that. These are going to be an awesome jig for that. I got, a bunch of those right there to add to my jig box. I got all different kinds of colors. This is one that works great on our lake. It's got a little bit of purple in it. If you're gonna fish this lake, my home lake here, you gotta have the purple. This one's got some tinsel in it right there, some green tinsel with brown. And then this one, it's kind of like the Okeechobee crawl color. It's blue and green. Awesome color, a little bit of orange in that one. And then, this one kind of like a PB&J. It's brown and purple. So this is all these right here. If y'all are interested in any, flipping jigs, or these are kind of, flipping jigs, lay down type jigs, dock jigs, things like that, they're kind of a very versatile type jig. It's called the Apex Tackle jig. It's called the Apex Tackle Andy Newcomen jig. I think that's what it is. He was the Angler of the Year on the Toyota Series and a Toyota Series champion. So he definitely probably knows how to design a jig. I'm going to try those out. I know they're going to be good. Awesome weed guard, awesome hook, everything that you need in a good jig. So we'll move on to the next thing. As y'all know, I'm a huge swim jig person. I have a swim jig tied on 12 months out of the year. They have some awesome swim jigs here. I got these right here, just 3/8 ounce. That's about as big as I go. This jig right here, it's just a kind of a clear water type shad color, I think is what the name of it was, a clear water shad. And then again, on these, this is just a very good weed guard. It's, on this, it's more of a puffy type weed guard, so you can see how it stands out a lot more. Awesome weed guard there, awesome hook. All these jigs that I've seen, they have a great hook in them. They're super sharp. And the weed guards, I don't like a weed guard that's way too stiff, and then I don't like a weed guard that's way too loose, but these swim jigs right here are going to be awesome, and I'm definitely going to tie one of those on. Got a few different colors of those, just some, white and silver shad type colors. And then that one right there is a chartreuse and white for the dirtier water. And then this one right here is kind of like a different type color. It's got some bright orange and green and purple in it, plus with some green pumpkin. So that'll be awesome. We've got the Apex Tackle Ace jig. These are a sweet little thing right here. People use these all the time. For one, I will say I do not use finesse type jigs very much, but this right here is just a little ball head jig. This is a sweet little dude. I'm definitely gonna have these tied on. I fish jigs all the time, year round. Look at that little ball head jig right here. You can see that it's gonna stand up perfectly in the water, and it's got that puffy head and everything. That's really gonna be good for those big smallmouth on these Tennessee lakes around here in the Tennessee River, for them giant smallmouth and even big largemouth. This will work good, for that. But awesome jig right here. That is just a 7/16 ounce jig right here. It's called the Apex Tackle Ace Finesse jig. So y'all definitely need to check those out. Those are awesome. Also, a couple of different colors of those. Blue, Okeechobee, crawl type colors. 3 of those there. So moving on to the next. I know we're going through this fairly fast. I don't want to spend too time on this unboxing. This is a awesome thing for you bank anglers, for you pond hoppers, and for you kayak fishermen. This jig right here is made exactly for you. It is literally designed for the, kayak bass fishing bank fishermen right here. This is called the Yak Smack Kayak Bass Jig by Apex Tackle. This is literally made for you kayak anglers right here. It is an awesome jig because you can take this one jig right here. You can take this one jig. It's got a flat style head, and it's also got the perks of a finesse type jig. You don't have to carry 14 different styles of jigs. You can take this one jig right here. You can swim it like a swim jig. You can flip it around docks, laydowns. You can skip it because of that flat head there. If y'all can see that flat head right there, it is just a versatile jig. It will do everything you want. When you're a pond angler or something, I go to the creeks and stuff. I can't take 14 different types of jigs. I've got to take one, and this one right here is going to do everything that you need it to do. I don't know if y'all can hear that in the video, but there's a helicopter or airplane or something flying over. That is really loud. It's getting down to terminal tackle right here. We're done talking about the jigs. Here's the terminal tackle. Here's some awesome little Ned heads right there. This is an awesome Ned head right here. If y'all can see that, it's got a little tiny weed guard on it. Not much. You don't want a ton when you're fishing a Ned rig, but it's also got a screw lock in it. So when you screw say a Z-Man, a Lastech soft plastic on there, it's gonna stay all day no matter what. But these right here are awesome. It's got a more stout hook in it. One of my problems is with Ned rig is these hooks will break about right here in the middle. They will always break if you put a little bit too much pressure on the fish. I hate that. I like to be able to put a little bit of pressure on the fish to make sure it doesn't come unhung. Hooks are super sharp on everything. I mean, that is one of the big keys of a good tackle company. when they make stuff, their hooks are extremely sharp, extremely, durable and stuff like that. And you don't want to buy stuff and have to sharpen hooks or change hooks or something like that. That is one reason Megabass does such a great job. When you order one of their jerk baits, you don't have to change hooks because they're already the best hooks that you can put on it. But this right here is just that Ned head. Awesome little Ned head right here. This is just an 1/8 ounce. This is about as, big as I'll go most of the time unless it's super windy. But it's got the little weed guard, and if you want to, you can just snip that little weed guard off right here, right there even with the eyelet. You can snip it off and you'll never even know it's there if you don't want a weed guard. But if you want it, it's there. It's just a little wire keeper. It doesn't do much, but it's there for, help you not get it hung in as much of stuff. So those are awesome. Right here, this is some other stuff that they sent me that is awesome. I do not fish these a ton, but I know there's something that's really, really good. Again, hooks are extremely sharp. It's kind of like a stand-up shaky head type hook. Y'all can see that right there. It's a different type of hook. Most shaky heads are not like this. This, you could throw like, almost like a football jig on this. It's kind of like a football jig head. It's got that flat head. If you can see that, it stands up perfectly in my hand. And you can see the screw lock, and then thread that soft plastic on there like a big worm or something, and you'll have that, the big shaky head. This is a 1/2 ounce. It's going to be, for offshore or potentially, up on the bank, but not as much. This is more going to be your long sloping points and stuff when you're throwing a big shaky head like this with a crawl bait or a big worm on it right there. But anyways, that's an awesome shaky head. Again, hooks are extremely sharp, stands up in your hand, everything you need for a good shaky head. So for the next thing, this is some awesome stuff right here. I know this is just 1/2 ounce tungsten weights. Tungsten is, as y'all know, tungsten is extremely expensive, but with Apex Tackle, it's affordable. You can actually, afford to buy tungsten. I know I used to never use tungsten because I just couldn't afford it, but now, tournament fishing, you can get these for, $5 a pack or so, $4.50, something like that. Can't really hold that up, but you can see that is just a 1/2 ounce tungsten weight. Great for flipping into light grass around docks and things like that. Awesome flipping weight right there. I also got some, 1/4 ounce. I throw a 1/4 ounce and a 1/2 ounce, probably the most. That's right there. You get 3 to a pack when you're, when you have 1/4 ounce or smaller, I think. And then I'm not sure, don't quote me on all this. And then, when you step up into the little bit bigger sizes, you get 2 per pack. But those are some awesome things right there. Apex Tackle tungsten weights. I'm always needing tungsten. I used to have a guy I bought it from here at a local bait and tackle shop. He had great prices on it. Then he went out of business, so I could never find any. But now I've got another awesome company that has great prices on tungsten. This is probably the coolest thing I've ever seen. This is a new design. Never seen it, never seen anything like this before in my life. This right here is a swim bait head. And you're thinking, what is that funny thing on the bottom? But I promise you, this is awesome. So, you take that off the hook right there. Let me get a swim bait and show you. We've got a swim jig we've got a swim bait right here. We've got this swim bait head right here. This is the Apex Tackle Deaver swim bait head. This is just a 1/2 ounce right here. This is going to be made for your offshore type fishing mainly. But you're going to look at this right here. I'm just going to snip the end of this off just a little bit. So you thread your swim bait up on here just like this. As y'all can see in the video, you thread it up just like that onto the swim bait head. And then you're going to take this little weed guard that's on that, push it inside the soft plastic, and then you just hook it right there, right like it was on. See this one right here, how it's sitting on there just on the hook right there. So that's all this one's doing, but on the swim bait. And as you can see, your bait is never going to come off there. You can pull that as much as you want, and that swim bait's not going to come off there. The only time you're going to have to change it is when a fish eats the tail off. But that, solves the problem of not having to super glue everything and get super glue all over the boat, but also keeps your bait on there a whole lot better when you're fishing a bigger swim bait. This swim bait right here needs to be a little bit bigger for this type of head, but I've got some smaller ones right here. that are just 1/4 ounce for your shallow or A rigs. I know if you're a big A rig person, those swim bait heads are going to be awesome right there. But this is something new. I've never seen it in any tackle company, but just a wire keeper to hold those swim baits on. And as you can see, you just unclip it and then it comes right off right there, and then you just unthread your swim bait, and there you go. And then you can hook it back up when you are done, and there it is. So those are some awesome things with the new Apex Tackle Company. Y'all go check everything that they have out. They have a lot more stuff that we haven't got yet. I know they've got some buzz baits and things like that. In our next order, we'll get some of those things, but I'll leave all their stuff in the link in the description. Y'all go check them out. They support me and help me in my, dream of chasing to be a professional fisherman. As y'all know, my motto is to always chase your dreams. So I'm just chasing every dream and trying to become a professional fisherman from being a construction worker currently. So we're just taking it one by one. We have our BFL Super Tournament coming up. We're right outside of being qualified for regionals. So hopefully we can slide into the top 45 and qualify for regionals, and we will be going to the regional tournament here in, a couple of months or so, whenever it is. But that would be awesome. I'm glad to be back on YouTube. I know it's been about a week. I'm sorry I haven't been posting. I've been posting a lot on my other social media. Y'all can go check all that out in the link in the description. Sitting in the boat here, we may have a awesome video of a overview of the boat as the next video here coming up later in the week. But anyways, this is a little unboxing of an awesome company that's helping me out. Y'all go check them out, Apex Tackle Company. But anyways, as always, folks, chase your dreams.